Yes, welcome to the Mile High Hotspur. My name is LeoCoys. I'm an American Tottenham Hotspur fan, and for this video, we have to talk about that humiliating defeat to Liverpool in the League Cup semifinals. Yes, let's just dive right into what was an abysmal display by Tottenham and a top-notch quality performance from a very, very potent Liverpool squad. Look, before I go into, just getting stuff off of my chest, I just want to say fair play to Liverpool. A tough team Liverpool are. They are miles and miles and miles ahead of any team that I have seen play against Spurs. Take that for what you will. I just know that out of all of the teams we've seen Spurs go up against this season, even at the 6-3 game that we played against Liverpool, this performance today from them was just amazing. It was amazing. So, yeah, let's go, my homies. Let's talk a bit about what Spurs did or what Spurs didn't do, for lack of a better words. Look, Pedro Porro, the first glaring sign that I knew today was off was, just seeing the lineup and seeing Pedro Porro. Like, did he decide to take the day off? Did Ange Postecoglou decide to give the homie a rest for a bit? Is he really that knackered that he needed today to rest? Was it part of the tactics? Ange doesn't owe us any type of explanation, but today did baffle me, my homies. It did leave me a bit baffled as to why he chose today to leave arguably one of our biggest contributors. And I say in the sense that the guy gets the ball rolling, tons of pinged cross balls, tons of balls that he plays on to some of these forwards, some of these attacking players that lead to chances or that lead to goals. Look, Pedro Porro for me is one of the first names that I like to see on the team sheet. And not seeing him there today felt a bit strange. But I did feel good because we had Spence on the left and Archie Gray on the right. Both players that have been able to play this position fairly well when they've been called upon. So I didn't feel that like they were going to hinder our performance today, nor I want to make it known as well. Like, nor do I feel Pedro Porro was the reason, when he had won us the match. By no means at all. But I just feel that, like, for me, that was one of the first things that were kind of a bit off for me. By no means was Pedro Porro gonna win us the game. I just want to get that out there. So there were changes to the back line. We see Kevin Danso walk into the lineup and make his debut. Again, something that kind of just spoke for itself. This was going to happen. We had to call upon an emergency signing for that position, and rightly so. He needs to step into the role. Before I go, I jump too far ahead. Man, I want to give props to Kevin Danso for just stepping in. Considering the stage, he knew it was going to be a huge game, a huge opponent, a huge venue, a place like Anfield. It's got to be an intimidating atmosphere, and for you making your debut for the club, again, just setting the stage had to be nerve-wracking. It just had to be, no matter who you are. And again, like I was saying, changes to the lineup. Up top, you see Richarlison playing with Heung-min Son and Kulusevski through the middle. Postecoglou decided to go with Basuma, Pape Sarr, and Bentancur. Look, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know where Ange was trying to go with this team selection. But look, my homies, we started off the game, and off the bat, Liverpool just started laying gloves on us. Szoboszlai had a goal called off that was ruled offside. But even the pass through, carved our defense up easily. You know, and then Liverpool get the second goal on the penalty. Was it the second goal on the penalty? Yes, Salah scores the goal on the penalty. Kinski makes the mistake to give up the foul in the penalty box. And look, nowadays that's always getting called as a penalty. They're not really even giving the fact that the keeper is getting the ball first. Look, if you're making contact with the player in the box and he goes down, they're gonna give the penalty. And Kinski didn't even hesitate to just walk away. Like, he knew he had messed up. Salah steps up, takes the penalty, smashes it, curls it, top bins. What a peach of a penalty kick, if I'm gonna keep it real with you. The third goal. What was the third goal? Oh, I look, man, so many goals. I skipped Gravenberch. The first goal from what's the homie's name? Oh, Gakpo. Yeah, so many goals, you know. Liverpool scored 4 goals. Could have been 6, 7, or 8. So I even forget who scored the goal. The first goal was Cody Gakpo, who hit the bar a couple of times. Like, my homies, we just got peppered up. It was stressful watching the game. We just didn't do anything, and it's tough to, like, you know, it's tough to make a video and try to say anything positive about the way we played. But at the end of the day, you know, this is the expectations that I had. Like, I had this expectation. Like, we could have easily been beaten by a lot more. It's alarming, my homies. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not gonna say sack the manager, Levy out, new board, new players, new manager, new everything. Nah, like, we got our asses whooped. It was not even a fair fight. And there is absolutely nothing that we can do about it. There's nothing we could do about it. Like, it's not the end of the world. For some Spurs fans, like, it may be the end of the world. But I encourage you to just let it be. Just let it be, my homies. Liverpool are going to go on and smash Newcastle. No doubt about it. This is probably the least of their worries. I say this competition is probably the least of Liverpool's worries. They're going to smash anybody in their way all season long. So the fact that they did this to us, it's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. In Champions League, Liverpool is probably going to smash everybody up. Premier League, they're smashing everybody up. The FA Cup, I don't want to say they're smashing everybody up because Tottenham is still in that and we have a chance. And I feel Tottenham's going to win the FA Cup this year and the Europa League. So besides any other competition, if you're Liverpool and you're in that, you're probably going to win that competition. That's just how good Liverpool were. It's not that we were shit because, look, Tottenham on the day, my homie, you know we were shit on the day. There's no hiding about it. We have to accept it. But we have to move forward. We have to try and find a way to move forward. Look, I think Spurs are going to stick with Ange Postecoglou regardless of what is going on to the end of the season. I could be wrong at this point. Like, I'm still Ange in, my homies. The scarf is just a bit out of sight. Don't worry. I'm still 1,000% Ange in. But it is what it is. Like, it is what it is. Something is definitely broken at Spurs. I'm not going to point the finger anywhere. I'm just going to say I'm sticking behind the team when we go to play Aston Villa on the weekend. You know, I'm going to cheer as loud as I can, my homies, because that's all I can do. And I encourage you to try and find anything that makes you feel better. If you can't find any way to just brush this off of your shoulders. And another thing too is it's definitely gonna be tough for you and I as far as watching YouTube stuff goes, my homies. Like, I hate it. I absolutely hate when Tottenham do this bad, because like I've said this in plenty of my videos before, like I'm such a consumer of YouTube that like I don't watch TV. I enjoy watching not just Spurs related stuff like my homies that you see right here on screen, but different other type of genres of entertainment. I'm gonna be doing a lot of that this week. So if you happen to stumble across this video and you made it this far, it's because you're a homie. Bang. Hang in there, though, my homies. It's only up from here. Or can it get more doomy or more gloomy? If it does, I got an umbrella. If it rains, I'm gonna use it. I'm not just gonna sit down and let it pour on me, my homies. There's ways around it. We don't always have to be miserable. We don't always have to be unhappy. We just got our asses whooped. But I'm smiling, my homies. But there is to do. Tottenham, you better do something.